I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee. Yo-do-do-do-dee. I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee.
It's so good to see your ears again. Thanks for joining me on the podcast. And can you believe the weather for this week? Of course, the kids are excited, every night getting a visit from the sweat fairy. But man, between the heat and the humidity, I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service issued a flash sweat warning. Anyway, on this episode, for me, the biggest turnoff that'll ruin my appetite when I'm at a restaurant, it's another in my ongoing series of Why Is It? But before we go there, let's tackle the brain buster. The average person does this 4 times a day. Does what 4 times a day? Is it A, eat a snack, B, laugh, or C, tell a lie? Your answer at the end of the show. So let's take a little break from the heat and think about Christmas time. Actually, Christmas in July time. The 41st annual Christmas Chain of Checks campaign is about to begin with its first fundraiser. And I invited Lisa Herndon onto the podcast to help me deliver the news.
Treat yourself to a fun Christmas in July get-together at Alamo Drafthouse and support local charities.
Chain of Checks kicks off its fundraising campaign on Monday, July 13th with a special showing of the Christmas comedy Love Actually, rated R.
The movie weaves together 9 stories exploring the complexities of love in London during the holidays, starring Hugh Grant, Emma Thompson, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, and Keira Knightley, just to name a few.
For details and tickets, log on to chainofchecks.com. So, as we maneuver our way through life, for me, there's a lot to ponder. I sort of categorize these ponderings into a why is it file. So for this particular why is it, let me start by saying there's lots of things that can turn the joy of dining out into a really negative experience, even when the food is good. I mean, you could have cold waitstaff, maybe a loud, obnoxious table right next to yours, or sitting down to a booth and there's food crumbs on the table or in the seat. Yeah, those are turnoffs, but the biggest dining downer of all, for me, is finding a hair in my meal. But here's my why is it question. Why is it that I encounter that hair on just the second bite? I mean, why couldn't it have been the next to last bite? I mean, at least then I could have enjoyed the dish that I was looking forward to so much. But nope, right off the bat, there's that hair. And even though you send the plate back to the kitchen, the damage is already done. I mean, you can't get that hair out of your head because now you're anticipating the possibility of another hair showing up. Why is it that that hair had to show up on like the first or second bite, as opposed to being located at the end of the meal? I mean, at least you enjoyed the meal up until that last couple of bites. And if you do find that hair at the end of the meal, you can always rationalize to yourself, especially if it was a really good meal, by saying, oh, it was probably one of my hairs. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, pull out the old podcast planner. Let's see what's going on this week. Monday the 29th, it's National Waffle Iron Day. You know, waffle irons have been around since the 1300s. The first patent was 1869. The first electric waffle iron was 1918. And toaster waffles, those Eggo waffles, came along in 1953. Tuesday the 30th, it's Social Media Day. To think that it all started in 2002 with Friendster, and then MySpace in 2003, 2004 Facebook, and now we've got TikTok, and so forth and so on. Wednesday, we start a brand new month, July the 1st. It's National Postal Worker Day and U.S. Postage Stamp Day. So if you get a chance, thank your letter carrier for the good job they do. The 1st is also Ginger Snap Day. Ginger snaps invented by German monks in 1296. They called them snappers. Thursday, July the 2nd, it's National I Forgot Day. Let's face it, there's so many deadlines and notifications in our lives. So on National I Forgot Day, a reminder to take a pause on the hectic schedules. Apologize for what slipped your mind, forgive yourself, and just blame the calendar. Friday the 3rd is Compliment Your Mirror Day. Hey, how you doing? And throughout the day on the 3rd, at Jim Barnett Park, the city of Winchester hosts its annual Red, White, and Boom celebration with family activities during the day there at Jim Barnett Park and fireworks at night. Then on Saturday the 4th, Sharando Park is open with all-day fun for the family with fireworks at night. And of course, in Middletown, big 4th of July celebration at the park. All kinds of family activities with the big parade at 5. The grand marshals for the parade include Washington running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, legendary Washington defensive end Dexter Manley, and Emmy Award-winning NBC4 meteorologist Lauren Ricketts. Looking forward to announcing that with Lisa Herndon, followed by more activities down at the park and, of course, the big fireworks show. Sunday the 5th, it's National Bikini Day. The bikini bathing suit made its debut on July the 5th, 1946. You know, so many people freak out when summer's on the way because they're afraid they're not going to fit into their bathing suit. Listen, as long as you can still fit in the inner tube, what is there to worry about? All right, let's see how you did on the Brain Buster. The average person does this 4 times a day. Is it A, eat a snack, B, laugh, or C, tell a lie? And the answer is, tell a lie. Well, I'm grateful that you were here for this episode. That's no lie. And there's room for more in our little breakfast nook. Invite folks to tune in wherever they listen to their podcast from, or just go to the website breakfastwithbarrylee.com. But on a serious note regarding the heat wave this week, take care of yourself, hydrate, and please, please bring in outdoor pets. Keep them as comfortable as possible. And with this heat, authorities are saying to be sure and check on your elderly neighbors. I'd just like to say that I'm usually up by 6, and I like the lemon cream donuts. Have a blessed week.